Aha. So we are all here for one really important reason. How do we put more butts in seats? How do we sell more tickets? That is exactly what we're going to cover today. And how do we do that with messaging and chatbots? Oh. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Oh, sorry. So yesterday, 141 billion messages. That's how many were sent from the top messaging apps on our phones yesterday. This is a huge number. And that also includes the fact that only 1/3 of the world's population are actually using messaging apps. So this number is going to grow. So how do you take advantage of one of the most transformative pieces of technology that is affecting us today? The secret is chatbots. Imagine if you were able to automate your workforce, customer support, sales, 24/7 in a way that almost seems like a real human being is engaging with you. And that is the real power behind chatbots. So what we're going to cover today is how do you take and build a multi-million-dollar bot and message flow. These are from experiences that we've had managing some of the world's largest brands. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But first and foremost, who is alive5 and who am I? alive5 helps businesses message their customers on any channel by bringing conversations into one place and taking payments when customers are ready to buy. We've been helping some of the world's largest brands build messaging solutions for over a decade. I myself have been building AI software as well as search engines that have reached over 15 million visitors a month. We have over 800+ clients, including 200 of the top pro and college sports teams. This includes a majority of the NBA, NFL, MLB, NHL, as well as over 78 NCAA teams. The number one thing that we want to think about, first and foremost, is what are we trying to accomplish today? And in my entire career of building transformative messaging and technical products, one thing is for certain. There is one formula that is almost equivalent to E=mc², and that is high quality traffic, or relationships in this case, times a product, and in this case, tickets, fan experiences, will equal sales. And if you can provide these two formats, which you already do by owning tickets, by owning the product set, and you add the ability to leverage and have a force multiplier behind your relationships, you're going to be tremendously successful. So businesses, especially in today's age, if they're able to do a multi-channel strategy, are able to retain 89% of their customers, compared to those with a weak multi-channel strategy who are only able to retain 1/3. I'll give you an example. If somebody is interested in something on Facebook Messenger and you're not there to actually engage with that fan or that customer, they're going to leave. They're going to disappear. You've lost that emotional purchase. And so this is the keys, 5 keys in particular, to unlock sales and ultimately success from your customer base and audience. The first, get traffic to your bots. This is a really key element. Many people, when they are building products or bot solutions, lack this first step. They create something, but they don't have a way to get traffic there. So here are the ways that you do get traffic to your website. First and foremost, the bot should live on social media. It should be included as a live chat on your website that activates and prompts immediately to the rest of the experience. Second, for those that are in stadiums that do promotional marketing on flyers and everything else, this is something that we are working with Comcast as well as Spectra Venue Management to be able to push this live into hundreds of stadiums across the United States. Third, actually, is we often look at the proprietariness of our apps being the brand's apps. What people don't realize is that the apps themselves should be able to engage and have conversations bidirectionally with customers. And to do that, you need to build the bot flow within the messaging apps, within the apps themselves, to create more fan engagement, increase utility, and ultimately drive success of your application. Second, how many here actually have a bot set up for any of their properties? SIS will be having a alive5 bot shortly, so don't worry. But the first step is to get started with bots. Your objective is to build one very simple flow. That's rule number one. And a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, as does the journey of a lot of bots begins with at least one. And so when you do that, you're now able to do something very powerful, and that's collect leads, and in here, it's important to do the double opt-ins. So once a bot is set up, make sure everything is double opted in. This is going to be important for setting you up for success next. And then ultimately, include and track content, replays, highlights, things that will engage your audience, engage your fans to be able to activate the bot. Third, it's important to get leads to the right place. And what we mean by this is messaging and chat concierge. This is where you have a lot of your staff already set up for engaging with ticket sales all the way to premium club suites. You want to be able to make sure these high value targets don't slip under the radar, and bots help you do that, to transition it so that you don't miss them out on tier 1 support, or you lose them in somewhere that is easy to get lost. So once you have that, you now send the leads to the right email, and this is where the traditional marketing automation takes place. So from your CRM to your email marketing software, you want to be able to tie in all of the leads that the bot is generating. And remember, a bot is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And this means that typically, if you, with the thousands and millions of fans many of the audience has here, imagine just being able to do no work at all and collecting on your email list. You can typically grow that very, very quickly. Finally, on this piece, you want to be able to remarket and push digital advertising to everybody that has visited your bot and your bot experience through all of the funnels that you've already created with your bot flow. And this is, once you have this set up, you're now able to not only re-engage them, but also help share your content on the site. The fourth piece that you need to think about is a call to action. And that call to action looks, for several pieces, the ability to buy and purchase tickets, to include in raffles onto your property. This is a great way to engage that base. So on top of interacting with a bot, you can also get the audience and fans to be able to sign up for raffles and other key pieces. Second, when engaging people on social media, you're always asking yourself, okay, where is the ROI on this? How do I get somebody from very top of the funnel all the way to somebody who is more engaged with your brand? How do you get them to spend money? And the idea here is to have merchandise as well as tripwire products. For those that are not familiar with a tripwire, it is a product that is usually a low or nominal value so that you can reserve the credit card information. If you can do that so that they can continue to repurchase, you have a customer for life that's going to continue to increase in value. Finally, you want to be able to include concierge selling. This is for many of the teams that we work with, from the New York Yankees to Golden State Warriors. They want to be able to push these premium seats and premium experiences to their audience. And so to do that, you want to be able to make sure you grab them from the very beginning, engage with them right then and there, and then close that account out. So that's very important. And finally, bots cannot do it all. They themselves are just a mechanism to get started. But they're very easy to set up. And typically for us, we help teams get those key pieces set up within 24 hours so that they can start generating new leads, increasing fan engagement, and pushing new products and tickets to their fans. So first and foremost, if you do have a bot strategy, you want to be able to optimize this monthly as well as weekly. If it's kind of like, instead of having to spend a 1 to 2 week session training a customer support or sales rep, you just need to make sure that the bot is not missing out on silly human questions that may or may not pop up. Second, review the chat transcripts that your agents are actually having on a one-to-one basis, and start to eliminate that flow, so that instead of, say, maybe 80 to 90% of your chats are engaged by a human being, your metric should be, how do I decrease this down from 80 to 90 to 60 to 50, and then more and more until you are left with just the most important key pieces. And this is fantastic because you save resources on support and sales, your team is best leveraged in the areas that really matter, and ultimately you make more money as a club. And finally, you have to red team yourself. What this means is you have to ask yourself, how does this go wrong? How am I going to make a really killer mistake in my experience, or how could the bot itself be inaccurate? And you have to do this consistently so that you can continue to create innovation. One of the problems that comes up is a bot may start working so well that you say to yourself, yeah, I got this, not knowing weeks and weeks later that you missed a very critical element or a really critical step in how to optimize or improve the flow. And so you want to make sure that you prevent that by optimizing, by red teaming yourself, and ultimately just by being proactive in the bot experience. It's not completely set it and forget it. So I hope that this presentation is very helpful. The golden rule, high quality traffic times product is what we've covered. I gave you 5 key takeaways, building blocks that you need to think about when building a chatbot flow. 15 marketing tips with each of those elements, and it's all done in about 12 minutes. If you'd like to learn more, please reach out, Glenn at alive5. I have 2 of my other team members here with me, and we do have some space where we're, as part of a promotion for SIS. If you're interested in having a bot for yourself, please let us know. We're happy to help you. Thank you.